Hello, my name is Washboardjim. I'm the founder of the Sneaky Snake trading strategy, or I call it a beautiful trade, and I'm going to show you how I come across this trade. And it's off the SPX. As you can see, we broke out and hit the 200, but I'm going to redraw this up for you. Plus, I've got the VWAP over here on the /ES. So if you're trading the SPX and you want a more accurate look at it, put the /ES chart up next to the indice that you're trading. This one I'm trading the SPX. So we had a snake breakout, pull back, boom, to the 200 SMA. If you watch most of my videos, 60% of them mention the 200 SMA in any time frame. It's one of my pivot point areas that tells me if we're going to break resistance or if we're going to hold support. So I'm going to clean this chart up. And I'm going to talk about what I saw in the trade while I was taking the trade and why I added on to it. So we've got the snake, which is a knife, coming back. I want to draw that in. I'll take the last candle that stuck out right there, bring it on down. So as we were coming down, I started noticing the higher lows. You can see the bodies of these candles. Don't ever use the wicks, just use them for confirmation. So I'm using the body of these candles, each one of these representing a higher low as they come up. And I'm going to get my trend line, and I'm over here watching the VWAP on the /ES at the same time. Then we've got the lower highs. So this is called a symmetrical flag. As we broke out, we lit out with 3 white soldiers. That's telling me that we could have an extension run to this here trade, that it could extend to a higher level. So I bought the contracts, and then we dipped down a little bit and I added one more. So now I've got 3 white soldiers breaking out of the snake. So we've got what you call a symmetrical flag. This is an inverted pennant flag. Pennant. Inverted. Just the opposite of what you see if it was going up to the top. That would be a pennant flag. This is inverted, which makes it bullish. So we let out with 3 white soldiers. These things, man, are just running up. Now I sold it. They're at 840 right now. So we came back and I was talking about staying in the trade, that we pulled back here. I was still in the trade, and we pulled back to the 9. And I kept telling the room, I said, as long as we stay above the 9, we're still bullish in this trade. And I'm using the bodies. I don't care about the wicks. Wicks are just a confirmation. So when we come up to a double top, I took it and I took my profit and got out of the trade right before we hit the 200. I mean the 100 EMA. Once we hit the 63 over here on the /ES is when I took my profit. So we got the VWAP, which got me in the trade, and then the dip, and then I run it up to the 63. That was my target. So now, and then the final resistance was the 200 SMA. So remember, snake breakout into an inverted pennant flag, 3 white soldiers telling me that we should take profit or hold the 9 EMA. We held the 9 EMA, and I took my profit once I was up quite a bit. I mean, I was going to get out a little bit earlier, and I held on just for a few seconds, and it popped up some more. So I didn't want to get stuck in the trade on a day like today. Being Thursday, close to the ending of the week, and the great run we've had already from yesterday into today. So that's just a trading strategy. Use the /ES VWAP. As long as you stay above the VWAP, you're still bullish on the /ES. And then watch your SPX and see what kind of chart you're getting set up over here. We had the 3 white soldiers after the breakout, which tells me that the stock's very bullish from here on out. To expect a little pullback to maybe get into the trade, if you aren't in it already, at least you can recognize the 3 white soldiers telling you that we might have an extended run. But we're always going to pull back on that 3rd soldier 99% of the time. And that's when you could take the trade if you didn't take it and didn't identify the inverted pennant flag with the higher lows and lower highs. That's it. That's the sneaky snake trading strategy, where I talk about chart patterns, moving averages, and not being a square. Have a great day.